no Jayden Daniels when the media's out there. And then the media meets with Coach Quinn, and he's like, oh, yeah, we put him out there, and we pushed it pretty hard, too. And he's now designated as limited going into this Sunday game, highly anticipated against the Bears, and the guy drafted right in front of him in Caleb Williams. What's your reporting on Jayden Daniels' ability to be available for that one?
When you're talking about a rib injury, Rich, and it's not a broken rib, you're talking about something a little bit more nuanced here. A lot of it is just about functionality. It's about, can he go out there? Can he make the types of movement he needs to? And so the Commander's approach all week was, let's see if we can get him on the practice field on Friday. Let's see how his body responds, and then let's try to push it. Dan Quinn said it today, they'll see how he feels over these next 48 hours, which basically makes it a game time type decision. I believe the Commanders will have a very good idea by tomorrow morning what direction this is going to go. You always want to be careful when you're talking about young quarterbacks and putting them out on the field when they haven't had a whole lot of work through the practice week here. But it still might be, Rich, a little bit early to kind of crystal ball it. You'd probably say just based on the reps through the week that Marcus Mariota is more likely to start this game. But the Commanders have not ruled out Jayden Daniels. I wouldn't totally rule that out just yet, especially because that guy's going to want to be on the field and he's going to be pushing to play.
And so who is going to be playing in Dallas at San Francisco? A lot of bold-faced names that are either expected to miss and are hoping to come back in time to go on Sunday night. Run it down for me, Tom.
Well, I know the Cowboys had been optimistic that Micah Parsons would get back for this game. Not practicing the first couple of days of the week isn't necessarily a great omen for that. So, to keep an eye on the participation today to see whether or not he's going to be able to go. On the flip side of it, the 49ers aren't going to shed any tears for the Cowboys having a few injuries because it's unbelievable. I mean, it's basically their entire team. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk is out for the season with the torn ACL and MCL. Deebo was in the hospital for a night or two with something resembling pneumonia. He got released, was back on the practice field yesterday. Sounds like he's tracking to play in the game. McCaffrey still. The target really over the last month here has been getting back after this week's bye. So I believe it's November 10th would be his potential return date. Jordan Mason's been banged up, but he played last week. Seems like he's going to be okay to go. George Kittle got back onto the field, at least on a limited basis yesterday. There's probably going to be a lot of guys listed as questionable for this game, Rich. It seems like, though, in terms of the most concerning ones like Deebo last week, there's not a lot of examples I can think of where a guy has fluid in his lungs and is struggling to breathe and he's active on game day and has to drop out. The fact that he was hospitalized for this, it's a scary type of a situation, but certainly seems like Deebo's, charting a good course to be back on the field. And they're going to need him because I forgot to mention Juwan Jennings, who I know they were optimistic going into the week he might be back. No practice for him Wednesday or Thursday. Now sounds like he's doubtful to go.
And Kittle's been limited with a foot injury. Is he going to go? Is he expected to go Sunday night, Tom?
It's a foot sprain. Got back on the field yesterday. Seems like it's headed a good direction. I feel like Kittle's been questionable for about half the games this year. Most of the time he's played. So, tough dude. He's going to push himself to be out there. But another one where you just kind of got to see how does his body respond here over these next 24 hours before they make a final call.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.